Everyone, and welcome back. As many of you know, we are overseas right now. This time while away on the boat adventures, I had wanted to have a couple of videos of my more usual content to put out while away for those that aren't so keen on the boat videos. The weeks before we left were spent jam-packed to not only prepare ourselves and the properties for the long snowy winter ahead, but also to prepare for another giant adventure and feat of getting our boat from Taiwan to Japan. We spent those weeks trying to soak up as much time with the pets as possible. Steak night for the dogs. Right?
Only the best for our dogs.
And cat.
And cat. Of course, you too, Southgate.
Okay, everybody. Okay. Okay, Clyde. Clyde. Okay. Now, Clyde.
Clyde, sit.
Sit. Okay. This is.
That's Lenny's.
Yeah. Okay. There you go, Lenny.
Oh, Len. Good steak for you, Lenny.
There's like an air just push back a little bit.
Oh, is it too hot, Sophie? Maybe it's too hot still, that's why. We even had our friends' dogs stay with us for a period of that time, Sherwin and Kootenai. It was a lot of fun to have them join in with us. They're pretty effortless dogs. They blend in well with the pack, and I think they had a pretty good time. Sherwin? Kootenai? Sit. Sit. Clyde. Riley. You weren't eating poop, were you? Probably. Two crunchies too, Lenny. At the lake property, we continued to work on the Orcar hot tub project, and it's nearly complete as of right now, but I need to film just a little bit more, and then I'll be able to put that long-awaited video together and out for you. Of course, firewood is always on the list to do out there, so I took down a few small dead standing trees and bucked them up to fill in some of the gaps in the woodshed. We winterized the little machine out there too, and of course, many episodes of Hogan's Heroes were watched.
I had some secret maps and I hid them there. Okay.
At home, much of the same, winterizing and putting away the machines. I needed to stack and store lumber that I'll be using for my cabin build over the winter, making it easily accessible. Winterizing my sawmill and preparing the house for our house and pet sitter while we're away. Rather than farm everyone out like last time, this time we have someone staying at the house with everyone.
What is it, everybody? It's roast chicken night. We got roast chicken. Who's happy and ready for roast chicken? Lenny, are you ready for roast chicken? Oh, Clyde, you're gonna love it. Okay, there's the chicken. There's everybody waiting. Yay!
And as a few of you know by now, our little Lenny did end up having to have his eye removed just a few days before we left. Steve and I took turns taking him down to Spokane, Washington to a doggy ophthalmologist where it was determined that he did in fact have corneal abrasions on his eye, which ended up causing a reaction to the eye as it was trying to heal itself, and the drainage ducts got all plugged up, causing the extremely high pressure in his eye. Enough that it damaged the optic nerve, and basically that eye would be blind anyway. So the best thing to do for him was to remove it. He's no longer in pain, all healed up and doing just fine. And it's honestly times like these that I really think we all need to learn so much from animals and their resilience. They just move on and accept the cards they've been dealt. One of the biggest things or projects I was trying to work on before leaving was, of course, the cabin on the cliff. For the cliff cabin, my two goals before leaving were to get the windows in, which they are for the most part, but to also get the wood stove surround done, which I did not get to. I did have one day to spare just before leaving to try and get just a few more little things done before leaving. And that brings me to the sponsor of today's video, Bluetti. On today's episode, I am introducing to you the brand new Bluetti AC70, a giant leap forward from its precursor, the EB70S. This unit is incredibly light and easy to take around wherever you might need it. All right, so we've got a baby blue, we've got a little bitty Bluetti, and we've got a itsy bitsy Bluetti. It is cute as a button though. On this day, I took it in the bush with me to sift through a pile of one person's trash, which I've chosen to see as a treasure, despite popular belief. This little compact unit has the ultra-stable lithium iron phosphate battery chemistry with 768 watt-hour capacity with over 3,000 life cycles. Once I was done with that pile of junk, I headed down to our property to grab some essential camera gear I had left behind and proceeded to tackle another pile of junk. AC70 has a continuous output of 1,000 watts and a peak of, get this, 2,000 watts when using the powerlifting mode. This feature, by the way, can be enabled with either the app or on the unit itself. This powerlifting mode allows this tiny tiger to power a wide range of appliances, from refrigerators to blenders, curling irons, or to some moderately demanding tools. In this case, while I was celebrating the strength of this little power station and its capabilities to handle this 1,800 watt circular saw, I sadly came to realize that I will need the biggest angle grinder we have to tackle this dock, which means I'll have to finish it another time. But that's okay. Head on in, make yourself a protein and greens shake, and brush it off. The other upgraded points to mention for this power station compared to the EB70S, starting with the charging method. Not only does it charge faster, but it has an onboard charger which gets rid of that bulky adapter. It has UPS function, which makes this a reliable backup power source if, say, a storm hits and your power goes out, and you still have work to do. The AC70 can be controlled with the app via Bluetooth, which not only allows you to check on the status of your unit from your phone, it also lets you make adjustments in the settings for your power lift mode or setting it to the eco setting to help you conserve power when it's not in use. There are 4 ways to charge the AC70 AC wall outlets, which takes you from 0 to 80% in only 45 minutes and fully charged in 1.5 hours. Car charging, generator, and the ever-popular solar charging with the light and portable PV120. With optimal sunlight, solar charging is remarkably fast as well, reaching full charge in 2 hours. I really think you guys will love this power station. It is by far my new favorite. It is so light and portable, yet so strong and capable. What's this dress got to do with it? Nothing. I know, but hey, I live in the sticks. I never get a chance to dress up, And I found this dress at the thrift store the other day for $5. Hell of a good deal if you ask me. And so is this power station. Bluetti is having the huge Black Friday promotion during November 17th to 27th, so you can save up to $1,800 Canadian. You don't want to miss out on the best savings for portable power stations and home backup batteries. Check out the link in the description to learn more. Again, a big thank you to my Bluetti family for being a consistent support to my channel this past year. Okay, so it's 10 after 3 and I just drove back up. And I'm heading to where I park at the top of the trail to get down to the cabin on the cliff. So I realized that I didn't think that taking those 4x4s apart was going to be that complex, and it's going to take a lot more time than I thought. I haven't looked at that in detail for a long time, and I just thought I had to come out anyway to get my camera stuff and the flippers and the snorkel. I thought, oh, I'll just give it a go. But it turns out it's going to take quite a bit more time, and the different angle grinder, like the big one with the big wheel. So I don't want to give up. I'm not giving up on those. That's okay. Move on. I may as well take those materials down that I've got with me and probably have to bring a few things home so they don't freeze. I just had a thought about that tin. I was like, I wonder if I should just take that home and clean it up because, you know, I don't really have that much water here. And then I can put on the boiled linseed oil. You know, they're pretty dirty. I have to laugh because Steve is gonna kill me coming home with this stuff. I am taking this down. Here I am, like, bringing out more stuff. Like the good little hoarder that I am. Every hoarder needs to collect more stuff. This way. Bye. This says the stick is yeah, it's on sale at thepriceswrong.com if anyone wanted one. They're really good. Highly sophisticated stick. It's not that heavy, so I thought about adding some, you know, I have these slabs with me, behind me. I thought about tossing those on, but I can't. I don't have time. I mean, one of the reasons why I wanted to come out here is because when Steve and I were out here on the weekend, I was like, I think the chimney stack, I think the pipe is supposed to have some supports on it. And I had bought those support arms up there. So we tried, I climbed up on the roof and they're way too long and they just feel way too bulky and heavy and they don't fit. We couldn't get them to spread. So I was like, what the heck? Like it was really, there was no instructions that came with it. So we just said, we gotta go, like we couldn't stay. So I tried to look up how to install it, but still the arms are just too long no matter what. So that system isn't gonna work. I'm gonna have to take it down and cut them, like angle grind the arms down to fit, and it's not something I can do today. But I looked at some of the homes locally in the big snow loads, and they don't even have those things. But what they have is kind of a little roof system over the boot. So I believe the arms are mostly for wind. And that's been like that without arms since May. And it hasn't moved and it's been fine. So the wind hasn't affected it, and it's been hella windy, I'm sure, over the last 6 months. So then I'm like, I don't know, do I try to get up there and make, that's why I brought that long piece of tin down that's a little bit of leftover ridge cap, is to try and quickly make my own, because I haven't had time to even go to a hardware store to try and source it. You have to go to one that sells wood stoves. We're gone a month. Just trying to think realistically, is it going to snow that much here that I can't get to this when we get back? I might have to just walk away from everything as it is, which is really, it is what it is. I just don't know what else to do. One thing at a time, right? This is one of these things that, like, I've waited 2.5 years to get to the point in this cabin that I've most been looking forward to, which is the inside work. All this other stuff I like don't really want to do and I suck at. Not saying I'm an expert at inside stuff, but that's the stuff that excites me the most. So I feel like I've had to just to get, I mean, that's like everyone's story, construction, but I'm feeling at the point that I just want to like move on to something else. And I realize just how much work I still have with this cabin build, like so much work. And I just feel like I get so little done each time I'm out here, which frustrates me. Anyway, stop complaining. Lenny just had his eye out yesterday, and we thought that one of our dogs in Gaza died by being bombed, but we found out she's okay. They're all okay. The house that they were staying at was bombed though. So that was like something I was crying about last night because I thought Lucy died. This is not, this situation pales in comparison to what a lot of the world is going through right now. So take a deep breath. It is what it is. Let's get up there. I'm gonna try this. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You know, like this looks like it's supposed to be down and flat. Is that even worth it? Is it worth me putting holes in? Prepare this place for the winter in the next hour. I think as long as I secure that pipe, the chimney stack or the flue or whatever it's called, if I secure it really well from the inside so that it doesn't want to move at all, I think that's the best I can do. So that if snow does come down and hit it, it doesn't want to move. because I was going to get that pipe back in. That one section of pipe fell out from there when I took this apart, and it fell out really easily, and I'm trying to get it back in, and I realized like when Bruce and I did this, it was really hard to connect these pieces together, so I am having a hard time. They kind of click in a special way, and I don't think I can do it right now. Because I thought if it's all connected and stuck to the stove, it won't move, right? It can move a little bit this way. It won't come down, but it can sway. Freck. I don't even know if I can do it at all. Like, we had to do it while the pipes were laying down. It was so tricky to get them in. This is the best I could come up with. So I have a block of wood as a spacer. That's the exact, thickness it needed to be, so this won't move. And then I just put a strap around it. So it's pretty solid. And it's closed up there. I don't see any gaps. But this definitely changes the dynamic of everything now, because I now don't have a functioning wood stove when I come out here next time. 10 after 5. I've got to get going, I guess, pretty soon. I'm taking home a few things, the things that can't freeze, like the spray foam. Never got to spray foaming. Silicone, paint, whatever can't stay here frozen. I have jugs of water, but they can freeze and expand. That's fine. There's room. But I'm gonna have to figure out, I need more than my own hands to get those pipes together. Really bummed about that now. One bonus, one nice thing is that it is actually warmer in here. Time to go.